Welcome to Dunstan Kiwi Bred, a weekly insight into the New Zealand thoroughbred breeding industry. This week we begin at Blandford Lodge, where Graham Bax reflects on the terrific season the farm had with Group 1 performers Lucia Valentina and Criterion. Graham, Blandford Lodge has been through several changes of the guard over the years. Tell us about how the partnership with Sir Owen Glenn came about.
Well, Sir Owen was a friend of our families. We'd known him some time before he became involved in Blandford. And my daughter Kylie, who was my partner at that stage, she decided she was going to live in Greece and wanted the money out and decided to build a house over there. So she mentioned to me that if I could find someone to take her shares, that she'd be happy to move on, and Owen was the obvious choice. So we asked Sir Owen and he was delighted to come on board.
You've produced some star performers off the farm here over the years. Aero Force 1, She Will Be Loved, 6 O'Clock News all come to mind. But it peaked last season when you claimed those 2 Australian Group 1s within a week of each other. Was that the ultimate so far?
Oh, so far, yeah, it was fantastic. 2 weeks we had 2 Group 1 winners and 3 Group 1s, and actually by 2 Group 1 winning horses. And yeah, it was just an outstanding achievement for our farm, and we were thrilled, yeah.
Let's talk about Lucia Valentina, because her lineage is pretty special to Blandford Lodge, isn't it?
Yeah, I bought the matriarch Polly Soleil way back 35 years ago when I was actually living in Thames and had a little farm there. And bought it off Ron Denby. I paid $80,000 for it, and I can always remember to this day picking her up, and Ron looked at me, and I had an old blooming float that I borrowed, and I thought, oh, this thing's going to end up on the road somewhere. And anyhow, we got her home, and at the time I thought, oh geez, that's a lot of money. When you really convert it back to today, it's probably about $300,000 or $400,000. So I can always remember I got a phone call from Nelson Schick, and he was going well at that stage with Windsor Park, and he said to me, he says, Graham, I'll buy that mare off you and I'll take her back, and I'll pay you money plus a bit of grazing. And I had a family meeting, as we do, and they all stuck with me, and that's how it all came about, really.
Well, Polly Soleil's granddaughter, Starring Glen's been a top producer, with her first foal, Malandrino, also a black type performer. Lucia Valentina was her third foal. She's by Sababil. What appealed to you about him as a sire back in 2010?
It was pretty easy, really. I was a shareholder. There you go. But he's a very good racehorse. He won the Cox Plate, and at that stage he wasn't sort of out there and showing what was happening. But look, I had full faith in him, and he was at a good stud at Waikato Stud, and I thought, he's a big chance.
How do you remember Lucia Valentina as a youngster?
As a foal, she looked very much like Sababil in colour. She wasn't a big filly. It's not that family doesn't throw big fillies. Black, as the old matriarch Polly Soleil was. Very athletic, and just a nice cut of a horse. She
sold for $60,000 at the 2012 Karaka Premier sale. Since then, she's taken out the Vinery Stud Stakes. She was placed in the Australian Oaks last season, now being set for either the Caulfield or the Cox Plate. How much has she raised Starring Glen's profile?
Oh, look, it's been amazing. People, even the Australians ring around here and they want the mare to go to their stud and all that sort of thing. All the stud masters are chasing her. And, she's done a great job. The first foal was Malandrino, and then along came, won a Group 3 race, and then along came Lucia Valentina. So 2 to the races and 2 group winners. It's not bad going.
Tell us, who have you sent the mare to since?
She's got she's got a rising 3-year-old colt by Master Craftsman, in the same ownership as Lucia Valentina, and she's got a Darcy Brahma filly called Mackenzie Kate. That's just rising 2 now, and then she's in foal to Exceed and Excel. So we happen to know she's got a filly in there, so we're waiting for that to come out. So about a month away, I'll be able to tell you what it's like.
Graham, let's move to the other headline act from last season, Criterion. Well, he showed true grit in the Australian Derby, coming off that win in the Rosehill Guineas. Prize money of over $2.3 million. It's believed his best is yet to come.
Look, he's been set for the Cox Plate, and he's been a real tough horse. Owen bred him to be a Golden Slipper winner, and he didn't disappoint as a 2-year-old. He won the Black Opal, he won the Todman Slipper trial, and then he went into the Golden Slipper and got 6th in the Golden Slipper. But it seems his best is staying. You wouldn't believe it, but he's, as I say, he's won the Derby and he's been placed in a couple of another Derby and the Racehall Guineas, so he looks as though he's going to be a stayer, but he wants to have a good shot at the Cox Plate, and I think he's a tough horse and I think he's got a good chance.
He's by Sebring out of the Bite the Bullet mare Mika's Pride, so speed on both sides of his pedigree. Guess that shows there are no rules in racing, are there?
No rules in this game, I can tell you that. You soon find that out. But it was funny, when I made it, I said to Sir Owen, I said, we need to breed a Golden Slipper winner and we've got to go to Speed Sire, so we picked Sebring, and he always wanted a Melbourne Cup winner, so maybe he's going to get his chance to have one here by the looks of it.
Criterion, he did all his early development on New Zealand soil before he was sent to Australia to race. What did you make of him physically?
As a young horse, like he came out outstanding looking. You know, he's big, strong, muscular, plenty of style about him, had a good attitude, and we took him right up to breaking in stage, and then he went to Australia to get broken in. So he was just an imposing individual, and you could always, from day one, he was going to be a runner, you could tell.
Well, there must have been something in the water in 2010 here, Graham, given the fact that both Criterion and Lucia Valentina foaled here that year.
Yeah, well, I wish we could get someone with that water, I can tell you, because it takes a long time to breed Group 1 winners, and I've been at it for quite some time, and to get two in basically 2 weeks, and on the breeding it in the same year, 2010, it was fantastic, you know. Not only that, we had a fantastic sale that year. We sold one high shap for 420 and another one for 300,000, and that was right after each other as well, and you know, I'd like to repeat it again. I don't know how we can do it, but here's hoping.